Alrighty, Coach, if you are ready to tell us about the game.
I'm ready. So just to start, obviously proud of our team, how they played. It's never easy to win on the road in the conference, and something that we talked about all week long was this was going to be a 4-quarter game, and that's how they have been playing at home. I want to say it was a 14-point differential between the 3 games that they have played at home. So we were expecting to have to take it late into the game, and really loved how our guys played on all 3 sides. I thought there was great moments within the game. Really proud of our defense, and after giving up 2 early touchdowns, just how they rebounded and played extremely hard the rest of the way, and really just completely shut them down was impressive. So looking very much forward to moving on to the Battle of the Bricks and getting going on that game.
All right.
Go ahead.
Andrew, I will let you kick it off.
Andrew Mulvey at WOUB, just what was your message to the team after this game, finding a way to kind of grind this one out and get a big one on the road?
Just what a great team win it is, how the defense rebounded early in the game and, made some great stops, created turnovers in the second half, and how the offense just kept grinding throughout the game and, really played Ohio football, I thought, in the fourth quarter and, ran the ball physically and I thought played really hard and, there were some big plays downfield, which was awesome. So the message to the team was really how proud we are across the board, offense, defense, special teams. And then obviously that we're focusing now on the Battle of the Bricks and our rivalry.
And then is there maybe 1 or 2 specific things in the second half offensively that you think lets your team really get going?
Well, I think early it was the shot downfield to CG, and then I thought the shot downfield to Rodney Harris were huge plays, and obviously the run CA had in the fourth quarter, which was big time. Just his physical effort to finish that run. Those were 3 that really stood out to me.
Go ahead, Grant.
Grant Kiefer, WOUB, with Dom showing up on the injury report, had a lot of different guys in the receiver room step up. I mean, you just mentioned CG with that really big catch. Mason's getting more involved. Rodney, what a day for him. Yeah. Can you talk about just the ability to be able to spread the wealth like that out on the game?
Yeah, it's awesome. And Ian Pugh played a good amount in the game too. And I thought had an opportunity at a big catch that there was pass interference on it, but that would have been a huge play for him. But to have the ability to have multiple guys get into the game and make plays for you, I think is great. And it's a great reflection of the job Dre does develop in that room, and of those guys all practicing well, and when their moments come, being able to rise to the occasion.
I'm going to ask one for the coach real quick.
Okay.
From Charlie Fidel, Coach Parker had a career high in passing today. He ran the ball well. What did you make of his performance?
Played really well. There was the interception in the red zone that was very unfortunate. I thought he forced it a little bit just to chase. Mason was pretty wide open. So that was a decision issue that I wasn't a big fan of. Obviously, the other interception on the Hail Mary at the end of the half, and I don't know if you guys have ever experienced something like that where back-to-back Hail Marys, and we got one, then ended up throwing a pick on the last one. That was very unique for me. Never experienced something like that. But very proud of how he played. I thought they did some good things to try to take away what we were doing in the run game early and to try to control Parker in the run game too. So for him to take over in the passing game and have a great game was great.
Also from Charlie Fidel, Charlie Christopher had another great game. How big has he been contributing already as a freshman?
It's huge. Yeah, like I told you this before, right? He's a Bobcat. He is exactly the type of player that we love having in our program. He's smart, tough, loves football. So couldn't be happier with his progression as a young player to make a lot of plays for us. And it was great seeing Jalen, lead the team in tackles. So same thing on the other side of the ball, right? There's more guys that are stepping up and making plays, and I think playing at a high level.
Go ahead.
Those 2 early touchdowns for them, they were trying to take the top off. It felt like almost every single play. How did Hauser's group kind of eliminate that and dial it back in?
Yeah, I thought he did a good job mixing up his coverages, and what always helps is when you can get more of a rush and you can create some pass rush, especially with 4. And I thought the D-line started doing a better job of that and moving the quarterback off of his spot and making it more uncomfortable for him.
Did you get to see Adonis after the game? How was he feeling after that fall that he had?
I don't have an update on him right now. Hopefully he'll be coming back shortly. But yeah, I don't have any updates on him.
And then what went into some of those early? You guys had a handful of 4th downs that you guys went for instead of kicking. Just what went into that play calling decision?
I'm fairly aggressive in 4th downs as it is. I do like using analytics, which gives me a heads up on what some of the recommendations are. And then we're not kicking well enough when it comes to field goals. So, right now I'm going to put more of my money on, Parker, Chase, CA, and Mason, and, our O-line to convert. And that's kind of where I'm going right now.
From the Post, Owen Lipstrew asked, Coach, the run game is limited in the first half. How do you stay balanced with your play calling when Parker had such a successful day passing?
I think that's a good question. I don't necessarily have the best answer for that. I think it's good to mix up your calls. I've been down that road before of throwing it every single down, and I think to protect your O-line, it's good to be able to run the ball. And I think when you're still, as long as you're not getting negatives and you're still able to get positive runs, even though you're not popping big runs like you did the week before, it's still putting you ahead of the chains, and it's still putting you in convertible downs. And I think it helps them with protection, and it helps them play the style that we want to play.
Maybe this is more of a Monday question, but when you're in those 4th and 1, those 3rd and 2 situations, I feel like is Parker more comfortable, in the pocket rather than lining up under center?
Under center, you mean under center?
I mean, like he's up there.
Okay. We really don't do much completely under center. I prefer operating from the gun. I think that allows us to use his abilities better. I think it fits who we are, what we do better. And then you don't have to practice it as much either. So.
I know as a coach you're always on alert, but was there maybe a moment in the second half where you realized your team was going to win this game and kind of find a way to grind this one out?
I always believe in our guys, so I guess I wouldn't say there was a moment that but I always have belief in our players that they care enough about each other, that they have enough trust in each other that we're going to find ways to win the games in the end.
What opened up the run game for CA during the second half? You definitely had a better second half than the first half.
I think the passing game opened it up a little bit. And I think we were hitting landmarks a little bit better. We were able to push the ball out of the front side of some of the zones that we weren't doing in the first half that we probably should have. And I think in the second half, guys just were playing a little bit harder. I think he was running harder, running more physical. I think the O-line was getting a little better movement. And there's definitely a correlation to that and running the ball successfully.
I think Sarah already said both of these, but today, Jalen Thomason reported a career-high 11 tackles, including 1.5 tackles for a loss. And Chase Hendricks reported his sixth game of 100-plus yards this season, including 2 touchdowns. All right, you guys can ask questions now.
Andrew Bowie at WAB, just for either of you, what was the vibe in the locker room after you guys found a way to kind of win this game?
Bringing our own energy, because we knew coming in there wasn't going to be a lot of fans coming in here. It wasn't going to be a lot of hype around the game, but we just needed to make sure as a team we had the juice, both sides of the ball.
Yeah. A lot of energy, especially coming out of a tough win, coming on the road. We haven't won on the road yet, so just proving that, we could win on the road. So it was a lot of high energy with those guys.
Grant Keefe, WB, Chase, with Dom's injury, had a lot of different faces out there catching the football, opening up the passing game. Of course, a great game for you, but Rodney throwing up numbers. You had Q, you had CG getting catches too. What was it like to watch the passing game open up?
Crazy. We do this in practice, so it really is no surprise. It was just a matter of time, right? So they were just giving us, obviously they trying to bracket me, so it opened it up, for other guys, just to make plays. And when the ball came their way, them guys was making plays. Hats off to them guys.
right, we have a question from Charlie Fidel with the Post. He said, Chase, for you, the passing offense had a huge day today. What do you think of how you guys did well throwing the ball downfield?
I thought we did great. Some stuff to clean up, obviously. Just some decisions that we made, and just always playing at a high level, critiquing small things. But I mean, overall, I think Ryan had like 100 yards, right? I had over 100, and I mean, CG had a big catch down the sideline. I know Mason had some catches. So I mean, I think we played collectively really good. Just always room for improvement, though.
Jalen, for you, obviously you guys gave up the 2 touchdowns on the first drives, but then don't really give them anything the rest of the game. Just what changed after those first 2 drives?
Nothing really. Coming into the game, it's a 4-quarter game. We just play through 4 quarters. We don't really, let stuff that happens early in the game deter how we play. Our motto is play until the 4th quarter and there's zeros on the clock. So we just don't stop, don't give up, and just keep playing.
Yes, sir.
Walk me through that improvised touchdown that Parker hit you in the back of the end zone.
So actually, I think the play was really designed to go to the tight end. We had a matchup that we liked, slot fade, and I was just running my route. That's why, we don't run dummy routes. So I was running my route, expecting to get the ball. I seen Parker spin out. So when he spent out, I spin, and then it was history from there. So, yeah, especially with Parker being a mobile quarterback. It's always good to just, work scramble drill and just do, scramble rules. So that was nice.
All right, I have another question from Charlie Fidel with the Post. Jalen, the defense was rock solid after the first 2 drives of the game. What allowed you guys to settle in and shut down the offense?
We just came together a lot more. We just made sure everybody was playing hard and don't give up. Defense, we got to be a glue, and we really glued together this game. Everybody was cheering each other on. Motivational talk. The sideline was a huge help, and we just made sure we're just not giving up. We're not stopping. Yeah. Keep on playing.
Chase, kind of a similar question for you. Obviously, you guys had the touchdown on the first drive and then a number of drives where you moved the ball but don't score. Just what was the kind of message on the sideline to just keep going?
All week we was just stretching, just bring energy, bring our own juice. There's not going to be a lot of people here. We got to just find a way to just keep going, right? So, sometimes, everything don't go in your way or work out in your favor. So, adversity hit, who are you when adversity strikes? So I think we handled that well. Because we started, a few of the drives, but I think overall, offense played pretty solid, especially in the second half.
Jalen, what did their quarterback do anything differently after those first couple drives? I mean, he was trying to air it out. Did you guys see anything from him that you guys were able to hone in on?
We was trying to keep him contained throughout the whole game because he can run that ball similar to Parker. But I think we had a good plan set on the quarterback, just keep him contained and just make sure our drops and we're just denying everything in the air. We just had a good game plan against him. We just shut everything down. I feel like they had those 2 passing touchdowns, but we were on that. It was just little minor mistakes, but we had a good game plan against our offense, I feel like.
And how much does a win today help you guys as you get ready to host your rival in 10 days?
A lot. Obviously, we won last week too, but especially a win on the road. So you get confidence. We're winning on the road. So now we go home, get to play in front of our fans. Got a few extra days to prepare for those guys, and we're gonna attack those days. And when 2 Tuesdays hit, we'll be ready to go to work.
What do you guys think about those uniforms today? First time.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
Hasn't been worn in a while.
I don't think it ever been worn.
Never.
I think it's never been worn.
I like it.
Y'all like
the
it?
Pants.
I thought they was pretty cool.
Yeah, a little different. A little something
A
different.
little switch up.
There we go.
Yeah, I like them.
Chase, I have another question for you from Owen Lipstrew with the Post. You made some crucial catches on 3rd down.
Yeah.
What goes through your mind on those plays when the defense may show you different looks to try to take you away?
Yeah, I know teams especially now, they want to try to bracket me. So I just, use my keys, use my tools and just, execute, whatever it is. I pretty much have a lot of options. Majority of the time on 3rd down, we get in our, I would say we get in our bag with the play calls. So, I could do, a lot of things on 3rd down. And I think, Coach Smitty do a good job of putting me in situations, where I could, execute at a high level. And, Parker just, give me the ball and we execute.